Ellen DeGeneres has admitted she struggled in the aftermath of her 2020 talk show scandal during her recent return to stand-up. A series of toxic workplace allegations were leveled at the longtime host a few years ago, and her show was ultimately canceled in 2022. Earlier this year, Ellen, 66, performed a small show at Largo at the Coronet Theater in Los Angeles and shared a clip of the event on her social media. She teased that fans all over would soon get to see the show and hear her new comedy as she made her return to that world following the end of her talk show. Ellen soon announced she'd be back at the venue a few more times before taking her show on the road for Ellen's Last Stand Up tour. On Wednesday, the 66-year-old held the first night of her tour, revealing that much of her show featured jokes about the controversy surrounding her and her talk show. In 2020, former The Ellen DeGeneres Show employees and guests accused the program of having a toxic set that included bullying to racism to sexual harassment. In her comedy, Ellen explained how she felt going from the host that everyone deemed the kindest to someone people despised. I used to say that I didn't care what other people thought of me, and I realized I said that at the height of my popularity, Ellen told the crowd, according to Rolling Stone. It is such a waste of time to worry about what other people think, she went on. Right now I'm hoping you're thinking, this is marvelous, I'm so happy to be here. But you could be thinking, let's see how this goes, the comedian admitted. Opening up, Ellen told fans that since the controversial end of her talk show in 2022 after 19 seasons, she's been wearing a lot of sweatpants and doing a lot of gardening. The Be Kind girl wasn't kind, the 66-year-old continued while reminiscing about her scandal. I became this one-dimensional character who gave stuff away and danced up steps. Do you know how hard it is to dance up steps? She joked. What a mean person dance up steps. And I ended my show by saying, go FK yourself. People would have been pleasantly surprised. Ellen said the ordeal did damage to her ego and self-esteem. There's such extremes in this business. People either love you and idolize you or they hate you. And those people somehow are louder, she went on. Later in the show, Ellen took questions from fans in the crowd. During this segment, she admitted that while she's making jokes about all that happened, it was devastating. It took a long time for me to want to do anything again, she said. Ellen's apology. A few months after the allegations began against Ellen, she addressed them in a monologue on her talk show. If you're watching because you love me, thank you, the host said during the September 2020 episode. She continued, if you're watching because you don't love me, welcome. As you may have heard, this summer there were allegations of a toxic work environment at our show and then there was an investigation. Ellen claimed the show was starting a new chapter after making the necessary changes. A year later, she announced she was ending her talk show, and the daytime program officially ended with its final episode in May 2022.